Welcome, Mixed Reactions, folks. It's Justin. I'm joined by Casey and Ian, and there's only one thing to say. Warriors, come out to play. Warriors, come out to play.
Oh man, I wish those were glass bottles. That would have
I
made it
know I
so
didn't
much
get root beer
better.
bottles this yesterday morning. I meant to, but I didn't.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that says it all, Justin. I mean, you're wearing the jersey. Let's talk about the AFC Championship game.
Oh my God, the second half was absolute dog shit. No one could do anything. It was like probably the most boring second half of a football game I've ever watched in my life. Um, except for one aspect of things. Defensive clinic on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
And they had a flea
For
flicker in the
both teams.
second half too.
Well, no, I'm saying, well, I mean by both sides of the ball is by both Denver and New England's defense. It
Yeah,
was a
both.
Oh
defensive
yeah.
game from the jump. Um, One thing that needs to be said is Denver could have won that game. They absolutely could have won that game, or at least forced it to go to overtime. Now, football, as we all know, is a game of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. If I were in Sean Payton's shoes and you have Jarrett Stidham at the 14-yard line with 4th and 1, you take the fucking points.
Especially to make it a double-digit lead.
Prior going into that drive, New England had run a total of 12 plays for 12 yards and 1 first down. New England wasn't doing dog shit on offense. Now, all that being said, going into that game, I expected a pick and a fumble. Both by Drake, I expected, because Denver's defense is no fucking slouch. I expected Jarrett Stidham to struggle, but I did not expect Jarrett Stidham to be the only one turning the ball over.
Yeah.
And if Sean were here, he would be griping and grieving over the fact that it wasn't a backwards pass. Looking from a side angle, it went backwards and then bounced forwards. It was a backwards pass. He'd also be griping about the tush push that Drake did that you can't clearly tell he didn't get. I don't think he got it myself, but there was no incontrovertible evidence to overturn said call. The refs really did not play a factor in this game. The weather played the X factor in this game.
Yeah, I mean the weather was a big factor, but I mean, obviously, I think the biggest factor was Bo Nix being out. I'm not even trying to hate on New England. I think if Bo Nix is the starting
It's a
quarterback for the
completely
Broncos,
different game because
I think
again, I think if Sean Payton has Bo Nix in that 4th and 1 situation, I think Denver probably gets it. So
yeah, I think Denver would have won that game with Bo Nix, and that's one thing that I vehemently disagreed with Sean on for his points was saying that missing Bo Nix isn't going to be that much of a downgrade to Jarrett Stidham. Well, clearly it was a substantial downgrade, and it hurt the Broncos every step of the way.
outside of their second drive, Jared Stidham did absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
And even then, on that second drive, Jalen Hawkins led Christian Gonzalez out to dry on that 52-yard pass to Mims.
Yeah, he
Other
did.
than that, Jarrett Stidham didn't do really anything. Drake May didn't do anything either. Though oddly enough, he didn't have to because the defense was standing on his head.
Yeah. No, this was another game where I don't think Drake was good. Unfortunately, for on New England side, this is the third playoff game in a row where I think he's had a less than stellar performance. I think, if I'm not mistaken, if not more, he had damn close to more rushing yards than he did passing yards in the game. That's never a good stat for a quarterback.
No, but here's the scary part, and I think it's that no one's really talking about. Drake May has had 3 substandard games in these playoffs. Every one of their uncles knows he's capable of having at least a semi-decent game. Semi-decent. Not saying he's gonna launch it for 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, etc. I'm not. He only broke 300 yards once his entire career so far, but he's capable of slinging it around as we all know. Seattle defense is also, as we saw, capable of giving up a lot. This would be Drake's best chance in terms of a defense who is susceptible in the passing game. Not saying that they're susceptible to a point. To a point.
That's where I'm gonna have to disagree slightly, and here's why.
Mhm.
Yes, he's played really good defenses, but Seattle is also one of the most elite defenses in the league and was number one in defense for a good portion of the year. They have a ferocious pass rush. They don't
Mhm.
need the blitz to get to the quarterback. And outside of his mobileness and scramble ability, so far in the playoffs, Drake May has struggled immensely when he's under pressure.
Agreed. Again, not disagreeing with that one bit. However, one thing that you were railing on, and rightly so going into this game, Drake did not turn the ball over, and that was his biggest problem for games 1 and 2 in the playoffs. That was his
Yeah,
biggest problem.
for as pedestrian as I thought his stats were, that was the best part of his game on this past Sunday. He didn't turn the ball over.
Um, but name one quarterback that you can think of right now who has gone through three top five defenses to reach a Super Bowl.
There hasn't been one.
Exactly.
But if we're being fair, I could also say name a quarterback who I hate using the word carried, but has been carried by his defense as much as Drake has in the
You're
playoffs.
making the Dilfer argument. I understand. I know.
And you know what I mean? Like I don't think Drake May has been the reason for any one of these three wins throughout this playoff run so far.
It's been the defense.
A
But
hundred percent.
if Drake May were to have a general Drake May game and the defense were to play the way to the level that they've been playing, Seattle's in trouble.
There's a reason
Not
the
just
spread's only 3.5.
that's the exactly the reason. And I'm not necessarily saying that I'm picking the Patriots to win the game because we're saving our picks for next week. But this, based on how the defense is playing, Seattle probably, I think there's a more likelihood of a shootout than there is a blowout.
Yeah, and Drake's gonna earn his paycheck for sure. One thing I wanted to say about the Seattle defense, because you have a good point. I mean, we did gash them, and we gashed them the last time we played in the regular season. But I mean, literally, other than us, everybody else got absolutely shut down by the Seahawks. So
Mm-hmm.
so we'll see. I mean, he's gonna have 2 weeks. We'll see what Josh McDaniel can do with them in that time period. So I'm excited, man. Super Bowl 60, and unfortunately, the Empire is on the path. But were you gonna say something, Casey?
Yeah, just about what you were saying with the Rams. I mean, and this is no shade at Drake May, no shade at New England, but New England's offense isn't even on the same stratosphere as the Rams offense. And at the,
I'm not saying that they are. I don't want to insinuate that because they're not.
and at this point in his career, Drake May is not anywhere near the caliber of passer that Matthew Stafford is.
He's in year
Not saying he
two.
can't get there.
He's a year and a half into his career, if you think in terms of how many starts. It's really
Well, that's
hard.
what I said at this point. I didn't say he can't get there. I said at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, absolutely. Um, I wish he was here to talk about this, but how sick to his stomach must Nick feel as a Vikings fan, knowing that Sam, I'm seeing Ghost Darnold.
Those ghosts are long gone, I think.
They are. I mean, selfishly, bring them back because the Seattle's interior offensive line is their weakness on that offense. That is their
Yeah.
weakness, which is the Patriots' defensive strength. Far more on Milton Williams in the center.
hmm
So I think it'll be a great chess match defensively against their offense on that front.
I know we're not doing our picks on next week, but the only way I could see New England officially like winning the game is if Sam Darnold does start to see ghosts. If he has a Sam Darnold type game that he's had throughout the rest of them, like the most of the season, it's tough for me to find a pathway to victory for New England.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, I'm not picking any team right now, but
No,
I think there's a more likelihood of a shootout, maybe even a defensive shootout, than there is a blowout.
Do you guys know who the first USC quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl? Sam Darnold.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we haven't
I
really had
mean,
great quarterbacks, but I think it's going to be largely relying on him too, man. I mean, it's going to be the biggest game, and I mean, I think it's when you come to games like this, it's who doesn't make mistakes and who can capitalize on mistakes.
Who's
And do
gonna
I
make who's gonna
trust Sam
mistake
Darnold?
mistake first? Right. It's like who's gonna blink first and make a mistake.
yeah.
Who's he going to be matched
I
up with? Oh, go ahead, Casey.
oh no, go ahead, go ahead. What you
Who do you
gonna say?
think he's going to be matched up with? Not or no, who was I thinking? Christian Gonzalez. Who do you think he's going to be matched up with?
JSN. He's gonna be hugging JSN the entire night.
I think that would be a mistake. I think what they should do is put Gonzalez on Cup and double JSN with their second corner and a safety.
Do you?
That way it locks up their two main options.
I like that idea. Cooper Cup has lost a step compared to his LA days, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying.
I would rather have Carlton Davis lining up on Cup and having the double team with Gonzalez on JSN. You
I
can't
think
go wrong
Cup,
either way, in my opinion. Either way
I
would be fine.
yes, it would. I think Cup. I don't. I don't think Davis is that good.
He's still a good route runner, Cup is.
Yeah, and Davis is known to hold, and that's what Cooper can
Davis
draw a lot
is
of.
prone to the DPIs this year. I'm not again. He's been hurt as well,
He,
so I'm not saying that he's a lockdown. It's not like Rebus and Browner from the first Super Bowl run.
no, God, no. But here's what makes it tough for your standpoint on it. Obviously, JSN's a much better receiver right now than Cooper Cup, but Cooper
And
Cup
he's
is
probably
such
the
a.
best receiver in the league aside from Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson in a vacuum.
That's what I'm saying. So as far as, I mean, I support CeeDee Lamb in that market too, but that's neither here nor there. When you're coming to Cooper Cup, where do a lot of DPIs get stemmed from? It's when you get routed up and you get beat off a double mover, you get beat
And
quick on
that's
an
fair.
inside slant,
And that's
and
fair. And that's
that's
why
why I would put Davis on JSN,
mhm.
and I mean Gonzalez, yeah, Gonzalez on Cup, and have Davis in the safety double JSN.
Davis and Hawkins on JSN. My only concern is
Yeah.
because Hawkins let that 52-yard pass to Mims fly. It was a horrible misread by him. Granted, he's a rookie, so there's something to be said about that. He is also a rookie. But even then, it was like of all things. I mean, that was the one home run ball that Gonzalez didn't pull up on the route, but he expected Hawkins to cover deep, and he didn't.
See, but here's the thing: would you rather Cup beat Gonzalez by a yard or two off the ball, get the catch, and Gonzalez can hawk him down? Or would you rather Gonzalez get beat by JSN by 2 or 3 yards, and then he's not, no offense to Gonzalez, he's not catching JSN in the open field?
You know what? I can't believe I'm forgetting about him. I am a horrible fan for thinking about this. Why not put fucking Marcus Jones on JSN?
Too little. I know
JS,
JSN's not the biggest guy, but too little. Just muscle mass wise, too little.
okay, I'm just thinking speed. Because if you want speed, you want Marcus Jones.
Yeah, but that's like asking Daryl Green to cover Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to covering a guy like JSN, there's just so much that you need the straight lateral speed. I mean,
And they may end up
he
playing a
would
heavier
compete.
zone defense, which is where Gonzalez thrives, to be honest. He's not the best one man on man
No,
coverage.
and this is no shade at Marcus Jones. He's an incredible athlete, but he's not the greatest cover corner. JSN
No.
could route you up.
And that's why I'm thinking maybe you would play more of a zone on Seattle as opposed to a man up.
Yeah, oh, you definitely want to play zone
Because if I'm not so
because
much mistaken, didn't the Rams play a heavy man defense against Seattle this last weekend?
Yeah, but when we played zone, Cooper Cup found the hole a couple of times. We played a good bit of man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, speaking about our games briefly, like I don't know how, like it wasn't even nothing, no controversial calls. Like
I
they
mean,
just they were
both teams
better.
were. I mean, the only thing what burned the Rams was the muff kick, the muff punt.
yeah,
That's
Oh,
what burned it.
absolutely.
That's what cost the game. Everything else, it was a rock'em sock'em robots who was going to blink first, and that's
Can
where you
yeah.
blinked.
And Kenneth Walker at the beginning, he looked like he was going to kill us, so we kind of knew he had that nasty move. We ended up neutralizing him. But that muff punt, we allowed them to score right before the half because they would go up 2 scores, we would score. They would go up 2 scores, we would score. And then obviously we have, what is it, 4th and 4, and we don't get it. They're just a great team, man. Like, just all
They're
around.
so well balanced.
And then
They're
Hmm.
Bono
so
gets his, was it Bobo gets his, I think, fourth catch of the year, first touchdown.
Hmm.
yeah.
So what can you do, man?
You
What
know,
can
it
you
was one of those things where we don't say this often, but it was a game where anything, obviously, both sides of the coin, right? Say he doesn't muff that punt, we don't know what happens, but we know we damn well Seattle doesn't score on the next play afterwards, or 2 plays afterwards, rather, the case may be. And so you can't put really any blame on Stafford. You can't put any blame on coaching. Can't put any blames on the refs. It really, like Justin said, comes down to that muff kick that truly, truly fucked them over. And you feel for a team like that who muffs a special teams punt in an NFC championship game to cost your team a chance to go to the Super Bowl. There was a lot of game left after that, but that was the absolute turning point of it.
And honestly, Seattle's lucky that they got that break because look at the Woolen taunting call on 4th down. Why the
Yeah,
hell did you do that?
man, that third quarter, I must say, was electric,
It
though.
was from both ends.
Both teams just going up and down the field on each other. Stafford fucking turned back the hands of the clock on that game. He was
that fourth
spectacular.
down run that he muscled through?
I was happy that he did that because he did it on
It's the
Demarcus
first time
Lawrence,
he's done
former
anything
Cowboy.
like that all year long.
DeMarcus
Yeah,
Lawrence got to him too, if I'm not mistaken. He got
He
to him
almost
once.
he almost
he
stopped
did.
him.
And then his inner Cowboy came out and he dropped him.
That was a tough game to watch, man. And it's tougher too when you just realize, like, damn, like, wasn't even no bad calls. Like, we just lost and missed opportunities. They didn't incorporate Shaheed as much as I thought they would. They did a few times. Well, I mean, no, they got him on that play in
And
the
there's
first
the other
quarter.
receiver for the Seahawks. Who the hell do you put on Shaheed too?
Jones.
You put Jones on Shaheed? Yeah.
hmm That's the only person you can. He's the only person with the speed to match him.
Yeah. It's going to be one hell of a game. Again, I don't see a blowout on either side. I mean, the only way that it is if like Darnold starts seeing ghosts or if someone gets hurt.
One thing about Seattle, and I've been watching a lot of videos on it. It's simplicity designed as complexity. I mean, they do a really good job of disguising their different packages. And they'll only rush 3 guys, and they had some of the most tackles for losses in the league. I don't know. I forgot the exact
They
stats.
have
I was watching it.
dogs.
Yeah,
They
no,
have
they
dogs
they have
on him.
dogs, and they get after the ball, and then what is it? Amuni, fuck, I don't want to mess it up. Amuni Wari, sorry, I may mess it
I'm
up.
gonna
The
worry.
uh the rookie, that dude's a dog. I mean, what is it? It's different from the Legion of Boom. Like they're more subtle, they're not brash, but and they're fast too. They're physical. That's one thing I think
Hmm.
that they can punch New England in the mouth, but Denver could have too. So I don't.
So the way that you worded their offense made me think of something because you said it's simplicity disguised as complex,
No,
right?
their defense.
Oh, I think you said their offense. My apologies.
Hmm.
Their
That was
offense is
like that.
pretty honestly. I think their offense is a little pedestrian as well. Myself, because you have
Yeah.
three burn burners in JSN, Shaheed, and Cup, and you have Kenneth Walker. That's pretty much what you got.
No, or Charbonnet, he's done, right?
Charbonnet's done.
Oh,
Yeah.
Charbonnet's done. Um, I wouldn't call their offense pedestrian. I don't think it's
I'm not
you know,
saying
then
they're slouches. I don't want to make. I mean, but again,
it's
you
it's
know
not
what
the
you have in
'98
those three.
Vikings. You know, it's not the
No,
'98
it's
Vikings. I
not the
know that.
'98 Vikings. It's not the greatest show on turf. It's I mean,
It's not. It's not the 2013 Broncos. Like
no, it's not the '08 Patriots. I mean,
I
no,
don't know if I
it's
asked you guys this in the chat the other day. What is the most, I don't know if random is the word you would use. What's the last mediocre, I guess, quality quarterback to start? I mean, Garoppolo,
Bulls.
uh, Foles, yeah,
oh,
definitely. That was fucking insane. Can't believe that.
Brock Brock
Flacco,
Purdy.
Brock
Brock
Purdy's a good one.
Purdy, uh,
Colin
You said the
Kaepernick.
last. The last would be
Goff.
Brock Purdy.
I don't know if I would say Goff. Goff's good.
Kaepernick.
Yeah,
Kaepernick,
Kaepernick, yeah.
Flacco, Hasselbeck,
Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer,
Steelers, Eli
Terry
Manning.
Collins.
I consider Eli Manning average, bro. Fuck that.
Manning benefited from 2 lucky games.
Who
One
started
lucky
Two.
Super
one.
Bowl for the Falcons?
The
Steve DeBerg.
Manningham catch and the Tyree catch.
The Manningham catch was more so of the throw. That was
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
phenomenal throw.
Tyrese was just pull
But
a rabbit out
Manning's
of a hat.
career legacy is defined by 2 lucky games.
One.
And he beat Tom Brady, yeah.
Yeah.
I give you '07 as lucky. Not giving you 11. He
Okay.
drove down the field when it mattered most and got them into the end zone to win the game.
Okay. I mean,
I,
again, it's all
I
good.
get it from your aspect because you're a fan. I totally get it. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to argue with you on the point because you're a Pats fan. I fully get why you say lucky. Just from an outside perspective, because I don't like the Giants. They're in my division, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that one was lucky. That throw to Manningham was one of the top 10 greatest throws in NFL history.
Yeah, that's
If I
fair.
recall correctly, that 11 Super Bowl, we didn't have Gronkowski. He was hurt.
He was no, he was in, right? Yeah, he was in.
No,
He was just was 50%.
I thought he was hurt.
He was hurt, but he was playing.
You guys
Okay.
had Aaron Hernandez in that game.
Yeah, he scored a touchdown.
Uh, Jake Delhomme was another one.
Jake Dillon
Yeah.
was another one. So let's move off from mediocrity and discuss something, as Stephen A would say, is absolutely
Blasphemous.
blasphemous. And the NFL Hall of Fame voters need to be ashamed, embarrassed, and more than anything, whoever didn't vote for him as a first ballot Hall of Famer
There are
need to have
11. There are 11 voters who did not vote.
they need to have their voting rights resigned. They should
Revoked.
not be allowed to vote for the Hall of Fame
They need to
anymore.
review. They need. I mean, I'm not looking to start a hate mail war, whatever you want to call it. But those 11 voters of the Hall of Fame committee who opted not to vote, the greatest coach of all time, Bill Belichick, into the Hall of Fame as the first ballot, who should have been an absolute unanimous first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he should have been a no ballot, just in. No votes needed. You're in.
Like Manning, Brady, Rodgers eventually, Mahomes eventually. No
Like just
brainer.
no.
No
You're
vote.
in.
You're in.
Yeah,
You retire. There's your bust.
yeah. Here's your jacket. Like it's absolutely absurd. Most playoff wins, most Super Bowls, second most wins all time to George Halas. There is zero reason Bill Belichick.
He's got more combined Super Bowl wins than Hallis, Shula, and Noel combined.
Well,
And the fact that he's the
And
first
they were
ballot Hall,
first ballot Hall of Famers.
there's no reason Belichick shouldn't be. Absolutely none. It's because it's the same exact reason, but on a much larger scale, that T.O. wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. And it's because the media hates him.
Honestly, I think, and I'm 95% sure I heard this correctly on the radio today. 5 of the 50 Hall of Fame voters, at least 5 of them, and there could be more from another team that I suspect is involved. 5 of them are either ex or current affiliates of the Indianapolis
I
Colts.
was just gonna say Bill Polian. I was waiting to see if you were gonna say that.
Polian and
He's
Tony
refuted
Dungy.
it, but I haven't read
Polian
much
and
about it.
Dungy, I know for a fact, are voters.
I don't think Dungy would vote no for
Yeah,
Belichick.
he would. Yeah, he would.
You think it's a fake TV persona?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I do.
It's shameful. It's absolutely.
Polian came out after the vote came out. So I don't know if I voted for him or not. Yeah, you did. You know who
Yeah,
you
100.
voted for.
Yeah, that's such a bullshit lie. Of course he knows if he voted for him or not, and he guarantee you he didn't.
I fully
It's
suspect that the affiliated voters who did not vote Belichick in were ones associated with the Colts and the Ravens.
Do you guys think that it could have anything to do? Brady won a Super Bowl without him. He kind of went out with a couple rough
No,
seasons.
No,
Obviously, being in the
no.
media with
no,
the
It's so
tabloid
no,
stuff.
the
no.
criteria for voting into the Hall of Fame has been historically and has been expressed by everyone as the product and the results that you have on the field when you are on the sideline as a coach.
And with that, he has 6 goddamn Super Bowls as a head coach, 2 as a coordinator, the most playoff wins in NFL history, the second most wins in NFL history. There is zero, and I mean zero reason to keep Bill Belichick out of the Hall of Fame. I heard one argument today, and it pissed me off. And I'm not even a Patriots fan, and it pissed me off. And it's the cheating scandal. Because my retort to that was, okay, granted, you want to say he cheated. Sure, he probably did. But if you're going to do that to Belichick, you then also have to do that to the Golden Boy and Tom Brady, and you damn
Mm-hmm.
sure aren't taking Tom Brady off the first ballot Hall of Fame. That so if you're not going to do it to Brady, you can't do it to Belichick either. It's bogus. That's a terrible argument.
Now, if hypothetically, if they were to do such a thing, close the damn Hall of Fame up. It
Oh,
means
if Brady
nothing.
doesn't. Yeah,
It
yeah.
means the Hall of Fame means absolutely nothing at
To
that
me,
point.
that's what it means now, though. When the greatest coach of all time, arguably, sure, you can make cases for other coaches, argument style, but I think it's Belichick. When he doesn't get in, who the fuck else is deserving of a Hall of Fame jacket?
Right.
You gonna tell me Andy Reid isn't gonna get a jacket 4 years after he retires? You're damn straight he is. It's Andy fucking Reid. How on earth does Bill Belichick
Does
not get
I mean,
first ballot
isn't
Hall of
Bill
Fame?
Cowher in the goddamn Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
Bill
great
Cowher,
coach. Though. Great
great
coach.
coach, but it's Bill Cowher
Not good
is
coach.
anywhere near the caliber of coach as Bill Belichick.
Not even on the same playing field.
Nothing on the same planet.
Was Jimmy Johnson first ballot?
As
Yes.
Jimmy Johnson was a second ballot, I believe.
I thought no, wait. No, Jimmy Johnson was late.
Uh,
Jimmy
First
Johnson was not
ballot.
first ballot. Was he?
First ballot Hall of
Oh,
Famer in
he's
2024. Oh,
late.
wait, that's NASCAR Jimmy Johnson. Hold on. Hold on.
Man.
Man,
Let's
he
go
should.
straight to turn of the list sometimes.
Do you know what I am saying?
I am
Uh,
fast and I turn to the left.
First ballot snub. Oh, wait. I can't find out if he was first ballot. I don't fucking
I
know.
think he was a second
I,
ballot.
I think he was actually later than second ballot.
Either way, he
Because
was never first ballot either.
which he should have been.
Yeah. Maybe
He
not
built that
unanimous, but enough to get the votes to get in on the first time round.
yeah, he built that Cowboys dynasty that honestly, if he had left, would have won 4 straight fucking Super Bowls.
Right.
Like, yeah, he absolutely deserves to be there. Um, yeah, I've lost a lot of respect for the Hall of Fame. I mean, there's if I was Bill, this is just me. If I was Bill
Do you go
and
full Kurt
they,
Schilling on this shit?
yeah, absolutely, don't show up
Scorched earth?
for when they get you in next year, because obviously due to this huge, uh, like lashing that the NFL is getting for not having him on the first ballot, he's going to get a unanimous vote next year around. He's absolutely going to get it,
Hmm.
and I wouldn't show up if I was Bill. Nope, fuck you. I ain't showing up.
I'm not even showing up through a Zoom meeting.
Who was the
Nope.
baseball player that was it? Ichiro that recently didn't get the
Ichiro was one
Yeah.
vote off.
Jeter
So
didn't get all of them.
Jeter
Mariano
did.
did.
Mariano was the first unanimous Hall of Famer.
The fact that Ichiro wasn't, and to be honest, Derek Jeter is blasphemous as well.
I mean, Ichiro was honestly the greatest hitter since Pete Rose.
Yeah. The fact that, well, Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn, Tony Gwynn was I think the most consistent hitter, but in terms
Yeah,
of like, I mean, Gwynn never struck out
seven and a
ever,
Ever.
half minutes.
ever. He would ground out, but he would never strike out.
Yeah.
His strikeout stats are so low. Like some of those stats are absolutely unbelievable.
I mean, I told the story. I mean, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Pedro Martinez, and I think it was Tom Glavine, Smoltz, Maddox, and Pedro struck him out a grand total of 3 times in their entire career.
That's crazy.
And Pedro spent the majority of his early career up until '99 in the National League with
Yeah,
the
he did.
Dodgers and the Expos. They were playing the Padres most of the year.
Yeah, they were. Let
No,
me
but
ask you guys a question, and it, this is going to sound like a bad question, but it's also kind of tricky when you think about it because of how much of a non-repetitive sport the NFL is. Do you think there's a higher chance next season we have a repeat Super Bowl or both teams miss the playoffs? I don't think either will happen, but I'm talking about a higher percentage chance.
I think there's a better chance that both teams are at least back in the playoffs. They're not. I mean, I think both the Patriots and the Seahawks will be in the playoffs next year.
You said the question was if they're both going to be in the better chance that they're both going to be in the playoffs, or if they're both going to miss or if they're both going to play again in the
No,
Super Bowl.
better chance for a repeat Super Bowl,
Uh-huh.
like both the same exact teams next year, or a better chance of both teams missing the playoffs.
Ooh,
I
Patriot.
think there's a better chance of both teams missing the playoffs just because it's hard enough to repeat your conference. Having both teams do it seems almost illogical.
Patriots gonna have a
And
tougher schedule too.
That's true. I think that they will have a tougher schedule, but
But both teams missing the playoffs
I
though?
don't see both teams missing the playoffs. I
I
just
don't either, but
don't.
I also don't. I don't see both teams making the Super Bowl next year either.
I'm not saying that either team will make the Super Bowl either, but I think there's a better chance of that happening than both teams missing the playoffs because what the hell is Buffalo doing hiring Joe Brady to take over? That's just a run it back move. That's all it is.
No, you know exactly what that was. Hey, Josh, who do you want as your coach?
Right, I know. It's a run it back move. It's not an upgrade. It's if anything, it's a lateral move.
Yeah.
If
No, it's
anything.
absolutely not. It's 100% a hey, Josh, who do you want?
Let's get the
There's
guy you've
there's
been
no
working with.
there's no other way around it. It was a hey, Josh, who do you want as your coach? And he said
I
Joe Brady. Like, got it.
my answer is I think
For a 5 year deal, which means for the last 5 years of Josh's career, really.
how old
No,
is
he'll be
he?
in there more than 5 years.
Not with the way he plays.
If he stays healthy, though.
That's marginal. He was hurt going into the playoffs.
Yeah. Ian, my answer for that though is just from a percentage standpoint. I don't think either one's going to happen, but I think there's a higher chance both teams miss the playoffs.
That's
Just
a
from a
tough.
percentage, I don't think it's going to happen, but
I think
I think there's a better chance of the Seahawks missing the playoffs than the Patriots right
I think
now.
there's a better chance they both make the Super Bowl. Like it's tough, but both team, at least one of them will sneak in as a seven at the very least. At least one. Like there's no way that they. I don't know, man. I think either one. Like which. Yeah, no, I
okay,
say
but
better
even
chance both to
even
make the
on
Super
your
Bowl.
own logic though, even on your own logic, right? So think about it like this: you say one of them sneaks in, right? The other one doesn't. Your odds are already shot right then, where you don't think either one of them's going to make the Super Bowl. And then so when you're saying one of them they'll probably sneak in as a seven, that's one game away from probably being out of the playoffs. So by your own logic, you feel like they're both more than
No,
likely to
what
miss
I'm
the
saying
playoffs.
is worst case scenario,
I mean,
one of them will get in.
let's just look at the landscape of the NFC. The Lions are taking another step back. Really, they're going to.
More than likely, more than likely.
The
I think the
Niners
Lions.
are taking another big step back. They just
Yes,
lost Robert Sala on defense, so there goes that, in my opinion.
I agree.
Um, the Rams,
They'll be fine.
they'll be fine, but honestly depends on whether or not Stafford comes back, in my opinion. That's a big
Yeah,
factor.
if Stafford's back and healthy, they'll be in the playoffs for sure.
Right. Um, and the NFC East is a crapshoot. No one ever wins the division twice in a row. I mean, aside from this year, no one ever does.
Look,
And
all
the
Dallas
and
needs
the and the, and
to
the, and the Eagles were on like their seventh offensive coordinator in 7 years.
all Dallas needs is the top 20 defense, and they'll be in the playoffs with that offense.
Exactly. So I mean the NFC and we'll see what happens when Jaden Daniels finally comes back. If he was just lightning in the bottle for 1 year.
I know we only have a couple minutes left, so I want to get you guys' honest opinion, and it's a Cowboys question. Do they re-sign George Pickens, or do they let him walk?
He walks. He walks.
You think
I
he's
don't
gonna
think
want
they
too much?
should let him walk, but I think he'll walk.
You think they're gonna lowball him, or do you think he's gonna want too much money?
Both.
I, we better not lowball George Pickens, man. What do you think,
It's
Ian?
Jerry Jones. He's gonna lowball you because look at these athletes.
I know what you are saying. Um, nah, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to not see Jerry Jones lowballing him, but I'm gonna just go out on a limb and I'm gonna say they keep him.
I hope you're right, Ian. I'm my head leans towards more what Justin's saying because I know how this team operates. Obviously, my heart wants him to stay because he's shown he's a dominant receiver, but my
He's
head
better than
is
CD
leaning
Lamb.
towards no, he's not. But he's very good. He's top echelon, but he's not better than CD. He had a better year than CD, but he's not better than CD.
Yeah. Ah,
Well, boys, it's almost 9 o'clock. Justin,
I'm just gonna go get a towel.
if they're traveling to Santa Clara in the next week, what should they do?
Oh yes, come out to play. 9-0 Road Warriors. Let's make it 10.
I can't wait.
It'd be great.
Peace,
See
everybody.
you guys next week.
Later, boys.